Oh, you kid. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, well, I believe I've gotten this. Third time was not charmed, indeed. They say the third time is a charm. I'm gonna have to go for the fourth time as a charm because I need the charm, and whatever time it is that happens would be good for me. So I think I did everything, good correctly as far as like what I needed to do to test my audio settings, except for one little thing, just a little thing that happened, which is, well, so here's the thing about YouTube, it's they're mass murderers and stuff. And I'm sorry they are. I wish they weren't, but they are. Just millions of people dead because of them, and they're not done. They want to just keep it going. Sons of bitches. So yeah, you don't like being called out on it, and then they give you a strike. So you only get right 3 strikes, you're out. So they did tell me most creators never get a second strike, Mr. Rockstone. You understand the third strike means you're done. This is the only warning you get. So I disconnected that channel because I was like, well, there's actually quite a bit of content up there. And they've already had a couple channels that get erased off the internet. Thank you. Ooh, I actually have a good idea though. I'm going to do it later, but I'm going to take the Internet Archiver. You know about Internet Archive? It's a nonprofit. Internet Archive, look it up. They have an extension that works on most browsers. It's called the Wayback Machine. And if the Internet Archivers in the past, if they've crawled the URL, then they make a backup of it. So even when YouTube fucks you, YouTube, they're in the business of fucking people, and then killing them. So even when YouTube fucks you, there'll be an archive of it. God bless the Internet Archiver. I didn't know about it before. And you have to make an effort. Like, I mean, unless you think somebody else has crawled your channel, right? You should probably go crawl your own channel. And then that way it'll not only be in the Internet Archiver, but it'll be under your account if you're signed in, which I will be. All right, good. Well, we got that out of the way. I'm also simulcasting for the first time on YouTube, for the first time on the other channel. So, no followers to really be concerned about. And I don't expect anybody's just going to be checking it out. But if you are, hey, welcome to the shit show. This is just a test for my audio settings. I'm streaming on the YouNow app through the browser, and I'm using OBS on a Mac. And because YouNow doesn't keep an archive of the stream, you got to hook it up to YouTube so you have the archive. So it took me this is like my fourth try before I finally got that. I think it's worked out. I'm pretty sure that part is straight. So now I have to run through the troubleshooting steps of the audio. So according to what I can see on my OBS mixer board, it appears that you should be able to hear my microphone, right? Like you should be able to hear me speaking. Oh, be outgoing, fun, and inspiring. Good energy translates to the audience. Does it? Wow, that's such good advice. All right, it just popped up on the YouNow stream. It was like, this is what you got to do. Okay. So I love it when people tell me what I need to do. It's great because it's why I'm so good at things, because I always do the opposite of the advice. And then I fail at that thing. But I I succeed in not doing it. There's a way to success and a way to succeed. At any rate, Let us continue then. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually play some music through the system. And if my settings are correct, then you will continue to hear me talk. I have my external speakers all turned off so that there will be no, I won't be able to hear the music in my studio cave here. So it shouldn't, cause any kind of feedback loop or anything. But I can see it coming through on the mixer board. So we got a little Peter Murphy number. It's kind of creepy, little Halloween feel going, right? Like, all right. So I'm fading the music in there. You should be able to hear it. But still, my microphone should be coming in on top of it. Like it shouldn't be a struggle to hear me if the mix is correct. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to now mute my microphone in the OBS system audio mixer board, and here it goes. You should not be able to hear me, right? You shouldn't be able to hear me, but if you do, Mr. Rockstone of the future, when you're checking the results, hopefully, of this audio test, if you hear yourself, all right, then that means that the YouNow streaming app is picking up the microphone from the system preferences on your Mac and is not pulling the microphone sound out of the audio mixer board on the OBS software platform. So, totally rocking this Bauhaus though, right? I can't hear it at all. I can't hear it. All right. Well, I clicked the microphone back on in OBS. I'm not really sure. I have a feeling. I got a feeling. And okay. Well, so let's just go ahead and stop that. Stop that crap. All right. Now, just without the music or anything else possibly interfering, I'm going to mute the microphone. You shouldn't be able to hear me. Like if I'm like burp and stuff like that, you shouldn't be able to hear that. You didn't hear me burp, did you? Yeah, it's just rude. All right. It's very unprofessional. And now we're back. Hey, thank you. That's going to bring a conclusion to this test of the audio settings on the YouNow streaming app. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Well, once I work out these technical issues, I will be back with more engaging content. I mean, I think it's engaging. It doesn't usually engage people. All right, so hold on. One more thing, people. I just noticed this. Okay, son. Now, I'm pretty confident that this is going to work out. So that's the answer probably that I'm going to go with here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I thought I was done with my audio settings test. This is where things get exciting because you just never know what's going to happen. I think we just found the solution. On the OBS, no, forget about OBS, right? But on the YouNow streaming app, I just now see it. There's a little microphone icon, and I can mute it. So I'm going to click it. You won't be able to hear me. Hello? Yeah? Did I do that? It was muted, right? It was muted for a second. Okay. Now I have to do one more aspect of the test here. I'm going to mute the microphone on OBS. I'm going to play some music, and then I'm going to try and mute the microphone on the YouNow app and see if it mutes my whole system audio or only the microphone input. All right, folks, stick around, right? I mean, it's getting good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mute the microphone in my OBS mixer board. If my hunch is correct, you probably will still hear me because I think it's getting picked up through the system preferences and via the YouNow streaming app. So even though I'm going to mute it here in OBS, I have a hunch you can still hear me. You can still hear me, right? I bet you can. But even if you can't, so what? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring Bela Lugosi's Dead back up as an audio source. There we go. Again, my external sound, my speakers in the cave studio here are silent, so there's no ambient interference that should be happening. You should only be hearing the music coming in. I'm going to turn it down here. Now, at this point, well, you should be hearing the music and me, even though my microphone is muted in OBS. If my theory is correct, you can still hear me speaking along with the music. Now, I'm going to mute my microphone on the YouNow app, streaming app over here on the browser interface. And my question is that when I hit mute on that microphone, does it mute only the microphone or does it mute all system sound? Let's find out together. Hello, and I think we're back again, but again, I just want to mention for myself as I analyze the results of this video, which is already far too long. I just a note to myself that the microphone within OBS audio mixer is muted. So if I unmute it now, I can see it show up in the audio mixer, but I don't know if that has any effect whatsoever on the stream. I think that the microphone might be coming in a completely different way. All right. Well, that will conclude the audio test settings for this stream. All right. Now, after checking the results, making the technical adjustments, so I can be confident when I'm streaming that you're not going to hear me, do things. I need to know when I cut the microphone that you can't hear me. Because if I cut the microphone and I think you can't hear me, but you can, you end up having these situations that can be a little embarrassing. Indeed. I'll get you, my pretty, and your dog Toto too. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, well, stick around for a Rockstone minute and I'll catch you on the other side. Oh, and as always, I think you know what I'm going to say. All right. I'm cutting off here. All right. Anyway, and as always, rock on. That didn't work correctly, I don't think. I think I'm still, it was supposed to be smooth. That wasn't smooth. Let's try it again. Oh, and as always, rock on.